And then now you're screaming for your life. You're not resisting. You're screaming for your life. Because let's be clear. When someone is resisting, that just means they're not trying to cooperate. That's before the brutality comes in. If I'm going to go rush short and I'm like, come on, he's like, get off me, no, and he's hitting me, that's resisting. But when I come out and I'm coming at Shorty and I'm hitting him in the head with batons, I'm pepper spraying him, I'm tasing him, I'm taking his life. He can't breathe. That's not resisting. It's called fight or flight. You're not going to stand there and die. No one's going to stand there and die. No one. Not me, not you, not my brother. So it really kills me when I hear the narrative of the media when they say a struggle. Only person who was struggling was my brother trying to survive. Trying to survive. Let's be clear, trying to survive. It was cold bloody murder. That's all I can call it. And then they want to use our pay for their game and they want to say, oh, well, we need more money to train police officers. No, they're fully trained. But you got to remember the origin of policing. They were slave catchers.
Yes, sir.
They had to serve and protect property, not us, unfortunately.
We were the property.
Yes, and we still are. And if anybody thinks I'm lying, look at what happened in the county with David. Look at what happened to David. He shot two police officers, took their gun, took their car, took their weapons, car, all of that, and they was on a hot pursuit for 36 hours. When they first arrived to the house, he shot 18 rounds at them. Ask me how many times did they shoot back at him? Not one time. But yet Timothy Fleming, a man with a mental health issue, just holding a knife. No one in the house was hurt, was murdered in cold blood. Corinne Gay in the county with her baby had right to bear weapons, had a registered weapon. So it wasn't like it was a legal gun. She had the right to protect her family. And you're coming in, kicking her door in, and then you shoot her baby. So it's not about no training. It's not about the training.
It's by design.
It's designed. It's designed. And the thing, when they was describing the suspect, even down to the media, they described the suspect as if it was a love story. We're so concerned about Mr. David. He had on a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Really? I thought they were talking about one of the cops that almost got murdered, but they were talking about the suspect. They didn't call him a thug. They didn't call him anything. But we need to stop letting these people exploit our pain for their gain. Just like what Daru is doing in the news media right now. He's using black teenagers, black families, to push his narrative.
Exactly.
Why can't the squeegee kids get the same thing as one bad apple when it comes to killer cows? Why can't they get the same one bad apple when it comes to the squeegee kids? They want to get rid of them all. This is by design. And they use our pain for their gain. And I feel so sorry for my warrior queen sister Jill Carter, who is being attacked right now. You guys don't know how she's being attacked because they hate our babies. I feel so sorry. And every time she stand up and she show them courage and she's fighting so these babies won't get charged and just tossed away like animals. Tossed away like animals. But depending on the complexion, then you get the connection and the protection. You get all that. But if it's one of our brown babies, oh, you'll never see them again. But if it's a Caucasian baby, oh, it was a mistake. Let's take them to juvie. Let's get them help. And they get all that. We want the same thing. It should not be about our skin color. It's about humanity. It's about humans. We are all humans. At the end of the day, when any of us bleed, our blood is red. It's about being a human. So I've never been a hurtful person. I wouldn't wish what they did to my brother or my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish it on them. But all I want them to be is held accountable. And I'm going to end on this note and I'll pass the mic. But it's bigger than the police department. Because if it was the police department, that's an easy fight. I would have quit my teaching job It would have been out Northeast Police District, every district, and shut them completely down by myself. No help. But when you talk about the corruption, when you talk about these politicians being in the bed with each other, the killer Ruiz, he's married to Michelle Barry, a state prosecutor. And then the day we come here, and my sister calls, damn, they killing us a prosecutor in the car. Something, I smell a rat. I don't know what y'all smell. I smell a rat.
Mighty convenient.
And then even when I told you guys somebody was stalking me, that's why, and it sounds crazy, but everything you hear that sounds crazy is not.
That's right.
I'm going to be crystal clear, it's not. Don't wait till it happens to you and the system make you seem like you're a Looney Tune. When you working with all of your sons, I teach babies every day. So don't let the system make it seem like you're a maniac. Cause that's it, and it sounds crazy. Cause someone have an average life that don't know how dirty and corrupt the system is. You'll be scratching your head like, oh, that baby is poor. I feel sorry for her. She's traumatized. No, it's real. Don't feel sorry for me. Do research.
All right.
I told y'all after my babies, which is my niece and nephew, when they got their money, which you cannot put a price on it like that, I began to get stalked. For 3 weeks, a Caucasian female in a silver car kept stalking me, and I kept putting it on Facebook. Somebody stalking me today, following me to work. I'm taking pictures of the car ride test, putting it on Facebook. Literally, 3 weeks later, I'm on Bel Air Road on the weekend. I'll never forget. I'm on Bel Air Road. I'm going to the hairdresser. I'm like, let me stop and go get some hair supplies that my beautician told me to get. I go in the store. I come out. I walk in the middle of Bel Air Road, not making this up. And it's a silver car coming. So I was hitting. I said, wait a minute. And I was like, ooh, let me go back here and calm my nerves down. Because I felt like I saw my life flash in front of my eyes. Because she almost hit me at the jump back. And thank God no cars were on this side. So I go back in the store, go in the line, wait 10 minutes, pay for my cupcake. Because I'm like, let me grab a cupcake. I'm in the hairdresser all night. Get my cupcake, come out, walking in the street again. And I'm like, am I losing my mind? Same silver car comes back around the corner to finish me off, but literally missed me and hit slammed right into my bruised toe with it. So I'm running to the car. I heard the big thing. I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure the person's okay. I'm in my mind like, what is going on? I go to the car. Her car doors open. People stop because it's a serious accident. She got her legs wrapped around the steering wheel. You can't make this up. So I thought she got hit, hurt. Is she okay? She would never look at me. Ma'am, are you okay? Nothing. Then they sent white shirts, supervisors from Northeast District on Bel Air Road. None of them wants to talk to me. I'm like, I'm the one in the green car. My car hit two other cars. That's how bad the accident was. They never would talk to me. The one officer that finally had the guts to talk to me said, meet me at Northeast District midnight because I gotta take her in. I got an emergency petition to take her in. Meet me at midnight. And I'm like, that don't. Why would I go to the police district that murdered my brother that I protest week after week after, calling them out? No. Why can't I go online and order my report? But I went in there, took Facebook with me that Sunday. Like I'm going in here, guys. Paranoid, whatever. I'm going. When I get there, they're like, oh, I don't know why they told you that. You can just go online and pay $14. I'm like, weird. I pay $14, and Bill can attest to that. Where Uncle Bill at? I get my come up here real quick, because you can't make this stuff up. If it ain't in black and white, you can't prove it. You're looking like a lunatic. I pay for my report. Total different report. My report took 2 months to come, and it simply said car A hit car B, and car A hit car A hit car B, and then car B hit car C, and car C hit car D. And it was just blame. Slip blame the end. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I'm like, but when I put it on Facebook, somebody was driving down the street, legs, her hands was dwelling in the air, like a maniac, almost hit me. Everybody, oh, you crazy, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you tell me what your report said. He got the real report. We had to go to Northeast District and do a West Wing. Real quickly, tell him what your report said.
It was about 4 or 5 pages, and it had a description of the woman and her address and a lot of other information and details.
Details of her hands were welling. She was high off of drugs. All of that. You can't make this up. But the scary part of why I'm telling you about this accident tonight is because the same lady that hit Rachel looked like the same exact lady that hit me. And again on the scene, she wouldn't look at me. They kept harassing Nicole and her husband. They kept harassing them. Would not look at me. We can't make this up. So we telling y'all stuff happen. Please believe us. Don't wait till they hang us from a tree and say, "Oh, Miss Jones just got tired of living and she hung herself." Please believe us while we're living and we're telling you these things are happening. Mic check.
Mic check.
Or would you like to say anything with your husband or anybody? Mic check.
Mic check.
Mike,
Woo, it's a little cold out here tonight, y'all. This don't make no sense that we've been out here for 500 weeks and we still don't have accountability for our loved ones. I remember the last time that I was down here, as soon as I got on the mic, first I looked, it was one police car over there. I looked up again, it was five. I looked up again, it was a helicopter sitting up on top of the building. I said, oh, I got to get the fuck up out of here because they going to get me. But I don't care what you do, what you say. I'm going to be here until the end. No justice, no police at all. If we don't get justice, y'all ain't going to get no peace. Plain and simple as that. We are human beings just like y'all are. We have loved ones, we have lives, we have jobs just like y'all do. We want our loved ones to come home and go to bed and have a meal just like y'all want your loved ones to do. But what makes it so sickening is that y'all will kill us and get away with it. Smack on the wrist or whatever. But if we was to go local on your asses and turn around and do some Rambo shit on y'all ain't gonna put us in jail. Y'all gonna throw us under the jail and melt the lock. That's the things that y'all try to do to us. And I used to think it was about black and white, but it ain't. It's about that damn green. Because if you ain't got no money, you ain't getting nothing done. Plain and simple as that. Straight up. You ain't got that done, you gotta go. And I'm just standing out here with my sister, my queen, who has always supported me and my family. I'm not just helping her fight for her loved ones, she's helping me fight for mine. Because I'm here for two people. My father-in-law, Anthony Anderson, was killed by the Baltimore City Police in 2012. These fuckers turned right around 2 weeks later and killed my daughter. She was 16 years old. They took her downtown for questioning. Didn't have me, her father, nor an attorney present. They rendered my baby as a snitch. What you do with a snitch? You get rid of it. One shot, one kill. Nobody else around there got hurt except my daughter. Straight to the head. Died almost instantly. But ain't nobody see nothing. Nobody knew nothing. And this was on a residential street. But to this day, don't nobody know nothing. But let it be one of these little rich kids or whatever. They get killed. Or something happened to them. Within 48 hours, they are caught, locked up. And anytime you're going to kill somebody, and you're going to take them, the killer, to go get a goddamn hamburger, but you take my queen's brother, who did absolutely nothing, hog tie him, beat him, tase him, sit on his back and everything. Oh, that's cool. But I'm here to let y'all know, we here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. Justice for Caravan West.
Justice for Caravan West.
Justice for Anthony Anderson.
Justice for Anthony Anderson.
Justice for Ajay Harad.
Justice for Ajay Harad.
My check.
Before I pass the mic, I know Marcellus asked me wanted to speak to. Is he still here? Okay. But I just want to again, like, just thank everybody again, like, for everything you guys did, like the West Coalition, you guys rock, Adina making the signs, all that, Hobo design, just everybody, everybody. And I wanted to thank David Allen. I think you can ready to leave. But thank you, baby, for showing up. Thank you so much. Thank each and every last one of you. Guys, some of y'all ain't see y'all in a minute. It feels so good to see y'all beautiful faces. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Mic check.
Mic check.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out to continue to support Tawanda and support the Tyrone West Coalition. It's good to have everybody out here. So, like any organization, we have demands, right? Our demands are police accountability, and ultimately, no more police killings, no more police terrorism. I'm a member of the Progressive Labor Party, and my belief is in a revolutionary society where we go beyond this system. Why should police brutality matter to you? For years, police have operated as a immune invading force. A lot of times, many of them don't even live in the communities that they service. So they take resources out of the community and they act as an invading force. A lot of cases have no ties to the community and just coming to terrorize the community and make things harder for a community that in many cases may be desperate. What is the purpose of the police in general and the way they're used today? The purpose of it is to sow division and to create fear in a community. For example, if you're, you may be a white person who may not necessarily be as impacted by police brutality, even though, police kill, white workers as well.
Yes.
You not being impacted may cause a sense of complacency where there would be a sense of unity, where you would come together and maybe address some of the problems plaguing the community. It also serves as another thing. It serves as a symbol of status. You look at the suffering that's impacting somebody that may not impact you, and you think in the back of your mind, that could be me. They could target me. This could become me if I intervene. If I try and challenge the system and make a difference, this could become me. I could be, one of the people victimized. And it's applied in a lot of areas, like the same way they look at immigration. It's a mechanism used to divide us up. So it's good that we've come together as a diverse, multiracial coalition to support not only Tawanda, but for the cause overall, which is an end to police brutality. So I want to say I appreciate you all for continuing to support Tawanda and kill the cops and cell blocks.
Killer cops and cell blocks.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Anybody else want to say anything or add anything? Anybody else?
I am. I don't need no microphone. All right, Tawanda was talking about this corruption and the racism and the police and all that, right? I've been charged with terrorism 3 times in 2 different states, all right? They came in my house and put guns to my head in October 2010. In 2011, they locked me up and charged me with terrorism and they kidnapped me. I was making a documentary about Baltimore, all right? I'm a cook, I'm a caterer. I've been in their houses. Governor O'Malley, Governor Schaefer. If you look on Facebook and Twitter, I've been in anybody in Baltimore. The only reason I ain't dead is because I don't know how to shut the fuck up. The only reason I ain't dead is because I keep a paper trail. I got emails. If y'all look at them emails and y'all look at my stuff online, I'm the most unarrestable black man in Baltimore. They're not going to take me to court because if they take me to court, they got to tell their truth. Or they got to tell my truth and share their lies. You feel me? This right here is very important. It's a cell phone. It got everything in it. Google Drive, Google Maps. Google me, dude. I ain't hard to find. You feel me? And you should do the same thing. To dismantle a master's house, you got to use the master's tools. And what he uses on you is Google. He follow you, electronic monitoring. You know what I'm saying? So flip that shit to benefit you, not use it against you. You understand what I'm saying? I would not be here today if it was not for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If it was not for y'all white people, because black people didn't care about me. I know you care. Hey, before Tawana came around, when they locked me up 11 years ago, they made me homeless. And wasn't a whole lot of people looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Dan and Hillary take care of me. I got a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? They made it so I couldn't have a meaning of making a living. But you see that grill? You can't stop me. I feed Baltimore. I'm Big Gaddy on wheels. That's right. I done fed more people in Baltimore than McDonald's paid for. You feel me? And it's about feeding you mentally and feeding you physically. Because anytime that y'all talk to me, I give you some jewels. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing I ain't never told any of y'all that y'all could not use to benefit you or protect you from white people's law. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's the haves versus the have-nots. And we's the have-nots. In 2023, we're not having it. You feel me? March! Shut!
March!
Come on, man.
Hi. I'm a little weird in this area because I'm a practicing Christian. I'm a Roman Catholic, and today is the 500 West Wednesday. Today is also Ash Wednesday, which is the first day of Lent, and this is a season that we take and devote repentance and reform. And this is the season when we remember, all of us, I hope, that Jesus Christ was a dark-skinned homeless man killed by the state under the cover of law. Tyrone West was Jesus Christ here in our midst. So I just hope that y'all can take that viewpoint and spend time looking at yourself and correcting yourself and remembering that this society needs correction more than any of us. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That was church for free. Church for free. Anybody else want to say anything? Because I respect everybody's time. And a lot of you guys started out, oh, this was beautiful friends. Oh my God, this is so amazing. Thank you. And guys, I want to also give my beautiful sister Megan a big shout out. I didn't even put you on the spot, but so she just got selected in City Hall, Poopy Hall, on the accountability board. And if ain't nobody else gonna hold people accountable, we know Megan fits the bill. So I'm just so happy and excited. Shout out to Megan. Yeah. Mike Chuck.
Mike Chuck!
Peace, y'all. So I'm just coming in from Philadelphia. I recently just moved to Philadelphia, but coming back for the 500th Wednesday takes me back to where I began. I came to West Wednesday, queer sex worker, only doing sex worker organizing politics, and I can't tell you how much my politics have grown to understand that the individuals murdered in our communities by police brutality are murdered for a reason. We understand now that police brutality is a weapon, is a tool of the capitalist imperialist state. We can never forget that. And I will say, as my analysis has sharpened, and you see how scary imperialism is, white supremacy is, not only here in our communities, but across the world, in Peru, in Cuba, what's going on right now in Taiwan, what's going on right now in Ukraine, what's going on right now in the Congo. It is scary. It is scary to understand and see that so many of our freedom fighters have died in the face of trying to dismantle police brutality and the systems that it uses, right? So I commend all of y'all for showing up here tonight, and I urge you to continue to sharpen your analysis, engage in political education with a revolutionary organization. I don't care who it is. If you want to create your own revolutionary organization, go ahead and do that, because we are literally in a hot war. We have been in a war for since many of us came here, since 1491. Since 1491, since our ancestors came onto this unforsaken land, we have been at war, and we need to understand that war is not only overseas. War is right here in our communities. War is the divestment of our schools, the divestment of community health centers. How many people going without food, housing, mental health services? So again, I commend all of y'all. I give y'all my blessings. I give you my strength. It is a long road ahead, unfortunately, because these people want to hold on. They know that capitalism and white supremacy is dying. It is on its last breath, and we are here to continue the struggle. Mic check!
Mic check!
Oh, good. Also, my brother Nellis is here. I'm going to bring him out real quick. But I just want to let anybody know, if y'all want one of these beautiful T-shirts, if y'all want one of these...
Y'all want one of these T-shirts?
See Adina.
Come see Adina right here.
She got limited sizes or whatever, $10.
$10.
Y'all can't even
We got dime bags
nowadays for $10.
Hey, my meals is free.
Yeah. And then Jody and Speed, everybody, so feel free to eat.
If y'all want to eat.
Where's my brother Nellis? I don't want no busted my... Where you at, my brother? Okay.
Thank you, my sister. I've been having quite a few conversations recently with various colleagues, my teammates over at Red Embers Bookstore and Coffee House, the Radical Collective here in Baltimore, conversations with fellow poets, conversations with ministerial colleagues, all around what it takes to sustain an effective justice movement. What are the elements that it takes to take all of this from the good intentions and the well-meanings that we have into something that has some efficacy? And among many things that we talk about, we all say that a perseverance and endurance and a total commitment to that perseverance is needed. One of my fellow poets, Ephraim Nehemiah, was talking last night about Huey Newton's revolutionary suicide, in which Huey talked about a dedication to the struggle so strong that you know you may die, you know you may get persecuted, but you're going to do it because it's the right thing to do. I think there's no more demonstration of a commitment to the struggle, her own revolutionary suicide, if you will, than what Tawanda Jones and the entire West Wednesday team have done for an incredible 500 weeks now. So I want to thank Tawanda for setting the example that we need to follow, and for coalescing us together and bringing it to be done. I know before you got here, you've already given her a hand. I wanted you to give another big hand to Tawanda for that type of perseverance. I am very much overjoyed, as I know each of you are, at the recent freedom of Keith Davis Jr. Yes. It was this perseverance that we talk about that brought Keith's freedom. It was the perseverance of his wife, Kelly Davis, who also committed herself in a revolutionary suicide way to get the job done to free Keith, no matter what it took, and an entire team of people with her. That is what freed Keith. I want to say that very clearly before I say this next piece. I do believe, even as we put the necessary critique, the necessary critical analysis on our leaders, that in the all too few and rare times that many of them act right, that we should at least acknowledge that. So, Mr. Bates, if you have a chance to hear this at all, and I hope you do choose to listen, and I hope you do choose to watch, I'm going to first say thank you and give you your props for doing the right thing by Keith when you came into office. If nobody has publicly said that yet, allow me to say you did the right thing, and we appreciate you for it. Having said that, building upon that foundation, therefore and as follows, if you understand the natural progression of freeing Keith Davis, if you understand why that happened, if you did indeed pay attention to the perseverance and struggle of Kelly Davis and an entire team of folk around Baltimore, Maryland, and the world who supported Keith, if you have an understanding of this, it follows, at least to me, that you would have an understanding of continuing this path and persecuting killer cops. I'm not sure whether this jump is in your mind. I am not comprehending the gap in your actions between doing the right thing and giving us a glimpse of a glimmer of hope. You know, I've moved way to the radical left, so I don't trust centrist Dems any further than I trust their more overt counterparts on the Republican side of the aisle. All right, centrist Dems will tease us because they'll do the right thing and take one step forward and then take two steps back. So I got slightly excited at the one step forward, a major one in freeing Keith. I'm waiting for the rest of the steps forward. Mr. Bates, if you listen to this, we are waiting for you to follow through on the good start that you had and do what you know needs to be done because you've been paying attention to Baltimore politics. You've been following and seeing what your predecessor did or did not do or failed to do. You started off right. We are waiting for you to do things. The right thing by Donnell, the right thing by Tyrone, the right thing by so many. Perseverance has been on my mind and my colleagues' minds a lot. We're going to see if Mr. Bates has any understanding of this conversation of perseverance, or even just for his own sake, if he's going to do the right thing, because if not, we're going to be on his ass from now until the time he gets out of office. I'm sorry, maybe I had to say it a little bit more crassly for him to understand. I don't want to be overly poetic for him. Maybe he needs to get it straightforwardly. Many, if not most of you, are familiar with the story of my nephew Jarrell Gray, who was killed, who was tased to death by a Frederick deputy up in Frederick County in 2007 on what should have been a routine noise complaint. Many of you are familiar with my poem for Jarrell, which I've had the honor to perform many times on West Wednesdays and others. I'm not going to go through the entire poem right now. It is in a book. It is on an album. I can give you the information on either of those. But I want to just pick up maybe on the back end of it and have a chance to maybe stop a couple of times and look at some things in it, because this is what we're talking about. This is why Tawanda and the team have been out here for 500 weeks, probably about 499 more weeks than they should have been needed to be outside, in the cold, in the rain, online and everything else. We should not have t-shirts that have the number 500 on them. That is absolutely ridiculous. I got my t-shirt like you all do. I shouldn't have a t-shirt that says 500 on it. But yeah, exactly, not even 5. But if we pick up in the poem where I say, internal investigations, of course, found no wrongdoing and thus no punitive actions were ensuing. Obviously, they weren't really looking. Too much a part of the system to make the correct booking. The not-so-grand jury made no convictions. The oppressors hoped that we lack conviction and will wither in this war of attrition. They act as if we owe them contrition. Stop right there. It is a systemic thing. What I'm trying to say in that stanza is that all these things are part of it. You can't just say, well, correct the police and the courts will handle it. Correct the courts and the police will do the right thing. Correct the people in office and the other two will together. I have moved to a place of abolition. This is me speaking now. I'm not speaking officially for the West Wednesday Coalition or anything else. This is just analysis talk. I moved to a position from reform to abolition because I'm convinced that the whole damn thing needs to be deconstructed and a whole new public system rebuilt, because all of these things are interconnected with each other. That's why they acted as a them contrition, because they have a systemic way of controlling us. You pick up the poem and it says, no, there will be no acquiescence to the slaver's electronic whip. Pause. We do understand that policing is a descendant of American slavery, right? that the very badge that they wear comes from the badges that the slave patrol, the slave catchers, wore. There will be no acquiescence to the slaver's electronic whip. No letting the memory of Jarrell and others slip. The vultures that will leave our minds so dazed, our souls so tased that we accept this shit and do nothing but turn the page, or turn aside from our justified rage. No, we won't let ourselves be consumed by hate. We don't appreciate the continued rate at which our killers get to escape. Fun fact, in a sarcastic way of speaking, many years ago we demonstrated in front of the FOP, in front of the Fraternal Order of Police building up in Hampton, up near TV Hill. And I forget which of the local networks it was, but they were there and they recorded it. And when they put our demonstration, some of you may remember this, on the news later that evening, out of the entire poem, out of my whole poem, all right, which obviously critiques policing in America, the only clip they decided to make audible was, "We won't let ourselves be consumed by hate." Now, ain't that some media manipulation? If you take that phrase alone and don't understand the context of anger that I'm putting it in, that is media manipulation. You have to have that critical media literacy to see past these games. Too many folk have been charged and their murderers not charged. Too many folk have been charged while in the authorities charged and left twisted in some dying position, while those in charge get to hide behind their badges and positions. Some charging us with the mission of unplugging the injustice which kills our brothers and sisters, which kills our children. Shocking, but true. So let's do what we got to do. Speak love to our young ones while they have the opportunity. Speak truth to power to end police impunity. Tawanda and the team have been doing this for 500 damn weeks and are going to continue to do it as long as it takes. We cannot and will not let this tolerate this current reoccurrence of hate. The survival of our families is at issue. Indeed, the survival of our community and your realm. I miss you. West Coalition, I love you. It's an honor to always be with you. We should not be out here for 500 weeks, but we're going to be out here with you as long as it takes. This debate, you watching? You listening? I don't know. Holler at me. Get it. You know where to find me. If you listening, say something new.
Anybody else would like to say something? I'm sorry, it's a little chilly. But before I pass the mic to anybody gonna say something, I want to take 1 minute, guys, because we lost a real king. We lost a warrior, Eddie Conway. Eddie Conway. Like his words, his actions, his whole life spoke for itself. Like, and that's what we gotta ask ourselves in this whole time. Will our words speak for ourselves? His story. He made history. He was a true king, and anybody that want to get involved or go to his services and serve, you have to go online and you'll be able to find out where everything is happening. But this man, when I say, I'll never forget. We take this minute, let's want to say something. But I remember he came out to a West Wednesday. I didn't know who he was. I was wondering why he was running over like they saw the King of God, like Jesus showed up. They was just running to this man. And then all of a sudden he let me know who he was. He said he was a former Black Panther, and he said he watched West Wednesday from in his cell. He said, when I was behind the bars, and he said he was moved. And he promised me. He said, I'm definitely, whatever I got to do, sister, I'm here for you. And every opportunity I can call Eddie at any moment, he bring real news right down here. Anywhere. At a heartbeat. I was so hurt when I heard the news. So let's just take a moment, 1 minute, please. If you pray, say a prayer. If you don't pray, that's fine. Just send positive energy because his family needs it, his wife. He touched so many, just us, our community. We need it. I need it. That's why my lash is hanging off now because I cried my eyes out as soon as I heard the news. So let's just take 1 minute, please. Starting now. Thank you guys so much. Mic check.
I just want to give you the details for Eddie's funeral. It's Saturday, the 25th, which is this Saturday. The viewing is at noon, and the service is from 1 to 3. It's at the Homewood Friends Meeting House at 3107 North Charles, so it's near Hopkins. Once again, 3107 North Charles, viewing at noon, service 1 to 3 for Eddie Conway.
Mic check. Would anybody like to say anything? Oh, and I see my beautiful sister Shine. Thank you. Queen, you want to say something, my beautiful queen? Mic check. Yes. My aunt and her grew up together. Like literally, I just remember, you best friends with my aunt Dolores, and like they grew up together. Like they got amazing history together. Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to say that. We lived it very, very close together. We lived on Gifford Avenue, and Tyrone and my sons and everybody were out there together. Okay. Um, and when it happened, Dolores called me, and she was crying, and I said, "What's the matter, sister?" Because Dolores and I worked together in social services. We did, we were together a lot. We even started an organization together. I'm Reverend Annie Chambers, and I'm here tonight because I'm a part of People's Power Assembly, and because I wanted to be here. I have missed a lot of the meetings because I'm very, very busy doing a lot of things. I'm on my job. I'm not a sit-down church minister. I'm an out in the street minister. And I'm a trooper minister. And I hear somebody talk about our state's attorney. Well, I want to tell y'all he's a bastard. And I want him to know that I said it. Bates, you're a bastard. And the reason I'm saying it is because he didn't just come on the scene. He's been here. And he's been in the state's attorney's office. Okay? And I watched the cases that he performed and did before. We won't talk about, we're going to give him props. I ain't giving him a damn thing. I'm not giving him nothing. Because I want to tell y'all why I'm not giving him nothing. You see, when we talk about Donald Trump, let some prisoners go, didn't he? But a whole lot of us paid hell for it, didn't we? So, do enough to get in. And that's what that dog did. That's what he did. Because I've seen him send many, many young people, brothers and sisters, to prison. And I heard him lie in the courthouse as an attorney. And I've seen him make deals where people got 40 and 50 years. So no, I don't want to give him nothing, but maybe I'll push down some steps. And I got to push him down there because now I got to be nice because I'm a minister. I'm a non-denominational minister now, but I come out to the Roman Catholic Church and I'm very proud of it. Because that's where I got a real start and found my God. But we got to stop. We got to stop, brothers and sisters. I'm proud of y'all young people, and because when they keep on talking about peace, ain't nobody gave you no peace.
We don't have no peace in this country. We don't have no peace in America. For working class and the poor, there's no peace. I don't care if you're black, white, red, whatever color. There's no peace for the average American working class, black, white, poor person in America. And so we got to stand up. We're in a revolution. We're in a revolution now. A revolution where once again women have taken the front of all over America. Women are standing up and fighting just like we always did. Okay? And I said to y'all, the reason I'm proud of y'all because, you know, Reverend is at the age now when they keep telling me you need to retire. I said, when they lay me down.
There you go. That's right.
They lay me down and, you know, throw me in that furnace to cremate me so I can be thrown around in some places I want to be thrown. That's when I retire. But until that time, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. Because we shouldn't be out here. We shouldn't be out here talking about this. We shouldn't be out here fighting to say we want justice. So I'm a product of Minister Malcolm's. Okay? And how do you get power? Nobody gives it to you. You holding this hand up. If you don't knock it open, you're never going to get it. So we got to take power. We in a revolution. And I want to tell you this. If it ain't worth dying for, it ain't worth having. So yes, there may be some casualties among us, but we need to get justice. We need to get righteous and let it roll. I don't want no damn peace, because your peace only comes when I'm kicking your ass. That's when you holler peace. Long as I ain't kicking your ass, there's no peace. You see, when you stop and got your foot on my neck and I can't breathe. When you got me down on the ground, you don't want no peace. You don't want no peace. What I want to tell you that we have to feel the same way. And we have to stand together. I'm a Black Panther. See, I never say it's former because there are no former original. Former. Nobody's former. That was originally a Panther. My brother is going on. But the last words we had to each other. And as a matter of fact, I just talked to Bobby about some things too, okay? Then some of us I'm disappointed in. So I said to them, yeah, you former. Because you're full of bullshit now. But you're former. You're right, Bobby. You understand? But when you know what the Panthers stood for, we took an oath of justice, die. We will die for what's right. We will die for justice, for our people. I am ready anytime. But I'm going to carry you out with me. And I'm talking about Bates and all the dogs like it. All the dogs. Remember that we will die for justice. Thank you.
My check. I'm just letting y'all know this mic on fire right now. Who won it? Pass the one hat before we wrap up. Mic check.
I wasn't even going to speak, and certainly nobody wants to speak after Reverend Chambers speaks. But I felt it was important to say three things personally from my heart. And one is that and I think it's been said before, but one is that we need to thank Tawanda. Because we really, really do. She is my personal hero. After 500 weeks
It's a pretty incredible record. So I just wanted to give a shout out to tell Tawanda how much I personally love her and how much the community loves her and all the hard work she did. I also want to say a big thank you to another person. I don't know where is that, Shorty? Where did Shorty go? On the grill. Shorty's on the grill? Well, I think we need to shout out a big thank you to Shorty, who's been feeding the community during this entire period, too.
Damn right.
And then,
Shorty!
and I could have said my thank yous individually, but I only got up here because the last thing I wanted to raise was the case of bringing Doria Green home now. And a lot of people don't know about this case. And Miss Van, who is his companion and wife, who stood by his side for the last 18 years, was here earlier, but she has health problems of her own, and so she had to leave. So I don't want to go through the whole case. I just want to make sure if somebody's walking around with a flyer, that you take the flyer and read it. Because one of the things is he is another victim, and he's been framed up by James Lloyd, who's, as people probably know, is one of the corrupt Baltimore cops, and falsely sentenced to 45 years for a crime he did not commit. The flyer goes over the details of the case, but when everybody else was bringing up Ivan Bates, we're going to be at Ivan Bates' butt on this issue too, and that is to bring Doria Green home now. We don't care how he does it. There's 100 different ways he could get him out of the jail. Whether they have another trial or whatever they do, they can find the wherewithal when we light a fire under their butts. So I just wanted to make those few brief announcements and hope that people take the flyer and read it as we raise this case up on behalf of Doria Green. But once again, thank you to Wanda, thank you Shorty, and Bill, you've been out here too, and everybody else that's been out here that we've seen for so long.
Thank you guys so much. Mike check.
Mike check.
I just got one more thing to say to y'all. And if y'all don't listen to nothing I ever said, listen to this. Don't pay attention to what these politicians and stuff is telling y'all on TV, because that's what it is, TV. Telling lies to your vision. Television tells lies to your vision. So until you get the facts and you dig deep and you come out here with us and get the facts and know the truth about what we go through, fuck television, because it tells lies to your vision.
Mike check.
Mike check.
I want to make an announcement about food. Anybody want food? Shorty say y'all can come get some food right now if y'all want some food. Mike check.
Mike check.
So does anybody want to say anything?
One thing I was thinking about during this was, and I just started thinking of this intense line of questioning, about the police. I mean, who is it that accompanies the landlord to evict you? It's the police. Who is it? Who is it that throws the hungry in prison for getting some food? It's the police. Who breaks the strike? It's the police. And we got to ask ourselves, why are the police so horrible? Why are they constantly killing minorities and terrorizing the public? Because it's not a coincidence. It's not just about sadism or people being evil. It's about the fact that the state works for the capitalists, the heads of industry. And they're actively trying to protect their property. And they have to terrorize the poor. Because if the poor actually start working together, there might be a revolution. We might build a new society without profit, where there is no poverty, where everyone is housed. I mean, in this society, like every class society, it's all about investment and a return on that investment. It's about profit. And they use that wealth to control more and more society to make more wealth. So at a certain point, you have to join an organization, to fight imperialism, to fight homelessness, to fight racism. I'm personally in the Progressive Labor Party, but make sure you find some organization. I mean, preferably the Progressive Labor Party, but you know, it's we can't do this alone. You know, organize the workers, organize for revolution. I'm so sorry. You want to talk? Yeah.
I just want to say,
Back to
sorry. I just want to say my name is Jay, and I am one of the less fortunate. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to come out with a law where it's illegal to panhandle, what they call it. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. I be hungry sometimes, so I ask for a little help. Everybody that need help is not on drugs. You know what I mean? Like, and it's sad that they trying to come out with a law where it's illegal to ask people for help, and then the people that help the people that ask for help also want to start getting in trouble too. They trying to bring that into a law, and that's bad. You know what I mean? Everybody that's less fortunate, not bad people, man. And I'm one of them. I lost my mother and my daughter in a house fire, and I damn near lost my mind. You know what I mean? So we lost our place and everything. So I'm less fortunate trying to get myself together. So sometimes I need help. And for them to treat me like I'm a piece of garbage because I'm less fortunate, it's not like for them to come out with a law where you can't get help. That is crazy. You know what I mean? I don't mean no harm by trying to get help. Sometimes I do need that help. It ain't like I ask for $1 million. I'm asking somebody to help me get a sandwich. And they treat me like a piece of garbage. You know what I mean? Now for them to make it illegal, like it is in some states where you actually go to jail for trying to get help. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So thank y'all people for who do help the less fortunate. And God bless. I ain't mean to take up your time. It's so bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless.
Hey, folks, I want to talk about Ivan Bates. So, this fucker wants to be seen as progressive, a progressive prosecutor. And that's an oxymoron. So, yeah, he let Keith go after Kelly and dozens of people put our bodies on the line for years. And then 3 days later, Bates told Danielle Rochester, the mother of Donnell Rochester, that he would not reopen the investigation into the cops that killed her unarmed teenage son while he was running away, because Ivan Bates did not want to challenge Marilyn Mosby's precedent. He wanted to challenge Mosby's precedent when it benefited his career, when it did the image he wanted to let Keith go. 3 days later, he told a grieving mother that he would not challenge Bates' precedent, or that he would not challenge Mosby's precedent, to open the investigation into the cops that killed Donnell Rochester. And I also want to say that these 500 weeks that Tawanda has been out here, these are 500 weeks of protesting peacefully, but not 500 peaceful weeks, not 500 weeks of being treated peacefully. Tawanda's life is threatened constantly. All of our lives are threatened constantly. Tawanda's tires are slashed so often that it's regular, that we are continuously crowdsourcing for her. That is a threat on her life. She gets explicit threats on her life on her social media constantly. When I was at Keith Davis Jr.'s hearing, my car was fucked with, parked right outside the courthouse, right where Tawanda's car was fucked with. She had her brakes fucked with, parked behind the courthouse. Then later, I had my car alignment fucked with, right behind the courthouse. Mechanic said it looks like somebody took a bath to the tire. These are threats on our lives. These are threats on our lives. And Tawanda doesn't tell you guys every day that her life is threatened every single day. And she keeps coming out here. We were physically attacked by a Johns Hopkins employee during the sit-in against Hopkins private police.
300 West Wednesday. On the 300 West Wednesday, when we came to celebration, then we were taken. Just like on the way coming here, which I feel as though it was a big attack because Rachel could have been killed. She was the first car that hit was for me. And the crazy part, ask anybody there, they will not look at me. And I talked to them, and I was even calling them dummies. I'm agitated, I'm irking. I was like, if you would have waited one more minute, you would have got me. And they wouldn't even look at me. They would not look at me. They kept on harassing Nicole and her husband.
So what I want everyone to know is that Tawanda does this in the face of daily threats to her life. And we all do this in the face of threats to our lives. And it's not okay. It's fucked up. And every second that Ivan Bates, every second that Westmore delays justice is more time that Tawanda is in danger. Was it a month ago? Was it 2 months ago? 2 months ago when we got shot with airsoft guns while we were outside the state's attorney's office? That's not just a cute prank. That is a threat on all of our lives. All of us that got sprayed with those little gel pellets, that's saying we could have killed you. That's a drive-by threat. Not saying we know where you are, we know you're here regularly, and we could kill you.
And I want to add to that because I'm looking at my brother Chris, and I remember him getting, and baby, you come get the mic back. I just wanted to say something real quick, and I want you to have the mic back. But I wanted to say when we was protesting peacefully to get David Keller Lewis to play the crucial role as well as the other 16 maniacs. But he sat on my brother's back with his knee and his neck like George Floyd till my brother was dead. Till my brother was dead when he was in a hard time position. But the interesting part that day, Chris, we peacefully protested with Baltimore Block, shot out Baltimore Block, wasn't doing nothing. As soon as I left, they arrested Chris for no reason. As soon as I left, I've never been with this man in City Hall. We being attacked just for trying to lobby for rights. Being attacked by police officers in City Hall. Like, it's real. I remember they sent the killer to a West Wednesday Chapman, Killer Chapman, one of the first ones that started murdering my brother. And then when they sent back up, the man will tell me, well, how can I believe something? And I remember Chris said, what if somebody said something about he made the image of me, like how could he believe me? Because it's like children believing in Santa Claus, some foolish, disrespectful foolishness. After I'm sitting there petrified, shaking, crying, because the killer of my brother just rolled past and blew a kiss at me. Like, this is real. You can't make this stuff up.
Tawanda doesn't come out here and tell you all every day that every day she is doing this in the face of threats against her life. We all don't tell you that every day, but that's what it is. And it needs to be known that Ivan Bates, that Westmore have the power to end this danger that Tawanda and that living people fighting for justice are in. It is not only about justice and putting the killer cops away. It is also about ensuring safety of everybody that is out here risking their lives constantly. Thank you.
Nice job. All right, guys, for time's sake, because I'm not going to hold people all night, because I know people got to go to work in the morning. I got to teach my class early here in the morning. So, anybody else want to say anything before we start reading the sad list of the homicides in Baltimore City? Do anybody want to say anything? Oh, I see my queen.
I just want to say once again, Tawanda, you know that Reverend love you. I love your family. But again, brothers and sisters, we in a revolution. We're in a revolution. I know that it has been said about me, well, you're supposed to be a minister. I ain't supposed to be nothing. I am a minister. I am a minister. I was ordained from on high. And I just want to say to y'all that we're in a revolution. And we got to stand up and act like it and fight like we in a damn revolution. So stand together, brothers and sisters. Let's us all come together. Because enemy, just because you got my skin, that don't mean you my kin. Okay? And some people may have the complexion for the protection, but I be damned if it ain't nothing but green that run this country. That's the protection. So we have got to stand together. So if I don't be at every demonstration, you know that I'm still with you and I love you and I will continue as long as I have breath in my body to fight because I truly, truly love you, your brother. He was in my house as much as he was in your grandmother's house. Okay? And so I want to say to everybody out here tonight, thank you so very, very much. Thank you for listening to me and thank you for coming out. And Shorty, I love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. Mike Jackson. So again, I want to thank each and every last one of y'all. But again, I want to send lots of love to my sister Rachel. I really feel so bad, Rachel. I'm not lying. Like I feel extremely bad because I kept on the whole night. My whole anxiety level was up because I was praying that nothing bad would happen. To us that God is there safely. And back, thank God nothing because you could have been killed. That was a maniac driving and it didn't make no sense. Especially if you in a slow lane, then the fast one, it made no sense for her to come up, knock your car all the way over to the ground. It made no sense. But we got pictures, we got videos, and if there's anything that we could do, because Rachel, you're going to be quiet, you're not going to say nothing, please let us know. Promise me you'll let us know. If it's a ride, anything, or donate anything, please let us know. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. No, I just feel so bad. No, I just feel so bad because you should not have lost your car at the 500 West Wednesday. But thank God you didn't lose your life. Because we can always get another car, but we can't get another you. So I'm just so glad you were safe. So glad Zach is safe. So glad Hobo was safe. I'm just so glad you guys were safe. So thank you. So we about to do the part that I really don't like, where we read off the homicide list and then we read off the police brutality list. And I was told by the girl, I don't think we have one tonight or slowed up. What's going on with it? Yeah, they haven't updated. Then you remember last week? How many names was it? Like 54 names? 57. So they on the kill. They on the prowl. It's to the point that they have to take a week to be like, how are we going to present this? It's like they got to pull up their pants. They're so embarrassed in the shade. Their pants are down. Everything's exposed. So now that we're going through this part where the dog and pony show. So I guess when we get the list, it'll be another 57 names. But again, let's take 1 minute, please. If you pray, say a prayer. If not, just send positive energy in the air for the victims that names that we're going to hear on our sad list for the city. The city unsolved homicides. Because I can't even say community violence because we don't know who's doing all these crimes. So the unsolved homicides. 1 minute, please. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Brother Brown.
So we do this work because it's what we have to do, and this list is hard and it's sad, but I hope it also gives us a source of strength to remind us what we're fighting for, an end to all violence, police violence first, and everyone else is next. So I'll read these names off, and if y'all could just mic check them back to me. Um, Brandon Watts.
Brandon Watts.
Terrell Taylor.
Terrell Taylor.
Deontay Williams.
Deontay Williams.
Winter Johnson.
Winter Johnson.
Thank you.
And thank you guys again. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for no words. I wish I could just hand y'all a bunch of money right now. I know that sounds so petty and corny, but I know it's just sad that this capitalist system is winning and we all need money. You know, I just wish it was something big I could do for you guys. Maybe that'll be getting accountability and we can all be happy. That's the biggest reward, and that's priceless. So I just want to thank
We're
each
gonna
and
get
every
it.
last one of y'all. I love you. Remember, live to love, love to live, and we will see you guys next West Wednesday. Thank you. This is a real powerful, emotional night tonight. Thank you guys so much. Mic check.